Okay, hello class. So today we are going to be talking about collecting like terms and using the distributive property to solve expressions. So let's, on the top here, write what our target's going to be. Which, like I just said, I can use the distributive property to solve expressions. So let's first review what we talked about when we were doing the different properties of algebra and recall what the distributive property is. Right here, when we have a times b plus c, we're going to distribute the a into the parentheses. And you will get something like this. We'll go a times b and get ab. And then we'll do a times c and get plus ac. Likewise, this is true even if there's a negative sign. So a times b minus c, we're going to distribute. We're going to draw our little arrow and go a times b is ab minus a times c is ac. So the rest of these problems are just distributing a number into a set of parentheses or a variable, and then combining like terms if necessary. So let's do an example problem. Let's do 2b minus 3, which is number 2. Well, let's go ahead and say that 2b minus 3. Okay, we're going to distribute the 2 inside the parenthesis and multiply by 2 times b. That's just 2b. And then 2 times negative 3 is just negative 6. And there we go. We've distributed the 2 inside the parentheses, and now our expression reads 2b minus 6. Let's try a little bit harder one. This one has a negative sign. Now remember, keep your negative signs as you distribute. I'll do this one in red. Negative 5 times n is negative 5m. Negative 5 times negative 2 is positive 10. And there we go. We've distributed the negative 5 into the parentheses and simplified it to negative 5m plus 10. And remember, a negative times a negative is equal to a positive. A negative times a positive is a negative. That's why this negative 2 here turned into positive 10. Down here, in this distribute and combine, it says to simplify an expression means to ensure there are no parentheses and no like terms. In order to do this, distribute first if needed, then combine the like terms. So I'm going to write a little note right here in yellow. We see parentheses, and we need to get rid of them. I'm going to take a few moments to write down some notes so far. Maybe draw this little parentheses in the no sign, and I will be right back. Okay, so let's do some practice examples. And what we're going to be doing is distributing any constant inside or variable inside a set of parentheses and then combining like terms. So let's see what we have on our table. Let's do this one, d times c minus 4, which in here looks like, it's actually up here. But you know what, I'm going to do this problem, this d minus c minus 4, and just to give you an idea of what it means to distribute a variable. So we're going to treat d just like any old number, and we're going to distribute it into the parentheses. So we're going to see d times c, we just write as dc. And d times negative 4 is negative 4d. Notice how we have simplified expressions and we don't have any parentheses. That means we're good. Let's try simplifying this expression. This is number 20 in your packet. So we have first right here, we'll do this one in blue. We have this expression right here. I'm going to distribute the 9 inside of this parenthesis. 9 times 2k is 18k. Notice that I multiplied the 9 times the 2 and kept the k, because this is the same thing as saying 9 times 2 times k. Then we're going to write a minus sign. 9 times 4 is 36. Awesome. Minus, I'm going to keep the minus. Actually, I'm going to distribute this negative. I'm going to treat this as a negative 2. And I'm going to distribute this negative 2 in. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to circle the negative 2. And I'm going to distribute this inside of the parenthesis. Negative 2 times 7k is negative 14k. And negative 2 times negative 12 is positive 24. Well, there we go. Now we don't have any parentheses, but we can still combine like terms. Want to ask ourselves first, how many k's do I have? Well, I have 18 right here and negative 14 right here, which means altogether I have 4 k's left. And how many constants do I have? Well, right here I have a negative 36. Right here I have a positive 24, which means altogether I have a negative 12 left. So notice our answer doesn't have any parentheses, and all of the like terms have been collected. I'm going to redo this problem. I'm going to do it a little bit different though. You can think of it like this. We had 9 times 2k minus 4. Minus 2 times 7k minus 12. Now remember, a minute ago, I distributed this negative 2. I'm going to try something else. I'm going to keep it positive, but keep the negative sign. So on the left here, this stays the same. 9 times 2k is just 18k. And 9 times negative 4 here is negative 36. Now watch carefully. I'm going to put the minus sign. And now I'm going to put in parentheses my distribution. I'm going to distribute this 2. I'm going to say positive 2 times positive 7k is 14k. And positive 2 times negative 12 is negative 24. Looks a little bit different because I still have this negative sign right here that I need to distribute. So I'm going to distribute that now. I got 18k minus 36. Well, this negative sign, this subtraction sign, is going to distribute in. And that's going to become negative 14k, or minus 14k. And then subtracting a negative is the same thing as adding positive, which is 24. Now notice that this is the same as this. These are the same expressions. I think it's easiest to distribute the negative 2 and instead of distributing the 2 and then distributing the negative. So go ahead and work on some practice problems, and we will discuss this more in class tomorrow. I'll see you then.